Hello everyone, and we are back in the long dark today, and we are in Ash Canyon at the Foreman's Retreat or Hut or whatever it's called, and we're on our way to the gold mine. At least that's the goal. I mean, it's still pretty early in the morning, so we're not going to leave here quite yet, and we still need to eat a little something, get our levels up. We could always tear apart one of these shoes, but turn this off first. I don't want to waste a fuel. Let's have something. Actually, we can finish this and have a drink. And then we can just do this. It sounds like one of the sound effects is missing again, but it'll be okay. It'll reload when we, or I should say it'll straighten itself out when we exit this and load the outdoors. So yeah, it'll recover. But yeah, our goal is to hopefully get to the gold mine today. Oh, and it's blizzarding. Okay, well, so back inside. Apparently, what I would like to do versus what is possible at the moment is two different things. Okay, so we'll just take a minute and we just gotta wait out the weather because I definitely do not want to try to blizzard walk through there. I mean, it despawns, you don't have to worry about Boris or the moose that could be there, but there's also not a lot of cover getting there, and I just don't think it's worth getting cold just for that. Which, I mean, I might regret that decision later, but at the moment, I don't know why I destroyed that. I really could have repaired it and we could have kept it. Oh, well, it's okay. Let's see, what's the weather doing now? Oh, still blizzard. Well. Sometimes the weather dictates what we do, and we'll just we'll dilly-dally a little bit. Let's see. Probably should have a little something to eat. Yeah, we'll just have one of these. I mean, I think our cooking level is actually high enough we can make some pancakes, and we have all these potatoes to cook up. But I don't know. I mean, I guess if we're going to be here longer, I wouldn't mind doing that, but let's see what... Oh, I forgot I was carrying these. I could have set them down to dry while we were sleeping, but did not do that. And it's still blizzarding. It's probably one of those big storms. This happens every once in a while. Okay, well, let's just see what we have. Probably the cooking books. Oh, I've read all those already. Okay. And we'll just read about this. See if we're any better now. Nope. Alright, we'll read a little more. Still sounds like it's ongoing, but I'm hopeful. Okay, so at least it has stopped. I mean, that was most of the day. I'm kind of on the fence thinking we should just try it in the morning. yeah, we're just gonna do that. This is not, we don't have to rush. We can just take our time. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of set up here. We'll make a fire in this. And, oops, I hit get charcoal instead of what I wanted to do, which was start a fire. But yeah, we'll start at this and we'll cook something and just kind of prepare. And just, you know, we'll get to the gold mine. There's really no need to get super panicky about it. Just stick one of those on there. What can we cook? Oh, we don't have any cooking oil. Alright, so you know what? We'll just throw a potato on there for now. And let's warm up this broth. And we'll just kind of relax, and in the morning we'll go and we'll hopefully make our way through there without running into Boris or the moose or any of the wolves that sometimes spawn in there. But we should be alright. And I mean, we are armed, so we could, you know, handle it, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Let's see, we're gonna go ahead and cook another potato. It takes so long anyway, and we can't really cook with them until we get, I mean, I know that one recipe that the trader uses potatoes. There's a few, but they're mostly high level. They end up going to waste, really. So we might as well just eat them as is. So yeah, that's the idea, and we'll kind of be chill about it. There's so much to explore and do, and we don't have to do it all right this second. I mean, hopefully, you know, the only thing that really is a concern is if the cougar activates. I don't remember where it ends up on this region, but you know, if it's in our way, we'll deal with it. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to be fun, and we may not survive it, but you know, you learn by doing. So we will get there. Really don't need to sit here and watch it cook the whole time. I don't know. I'm just kind of, I think I'm just vibing, you know, kind of vibing and just enjoying the, I don't know, crackling fire. Could just kind of hang out right here like this and just chill. But no, probably should be a little bit more interactive than that. At least we do have the woodworking tools now, so we'll spend that little extra time and craft a few of this. Got a potato. We'll just speed time through that when we have that potato. So we got a little bit of cooking out of that. Carrying a lot of things we don't need at the moment, which Let's unload that. And we can harvest that. Let's kind of do a few odds and ends. Really need to do an inventory clean out, but I don't really want to do that here. I mean, we'll be back to this region, but I don't think it's going to be for like, you know, a while. I mean, it's hard to know. I mean, I do want to visit everywhere and get every little nook and cranny and actually fill the map in, which we're not doing right now, but I don't know time frames. It's a different book. I'm trying to get the one I was reading. There we go. But hey, we're fire started 2 now. That's a start. We should be able to read 1 more hour before it's too dark. Let's try it. Yeah. Okay. And we shall eat. Get ourselves all ready for a good sleepy sleep. Just kind of a little bit slower going than I was originally anticipating, but that's okay. There's really no need. You know, we can play this at a nice calm pace. This is the beauty of this game. There's, you know, sometimes rushing is actually detrimental. And we're at the whim of the weather sometimes, so we're just gonna have to go with it. It is still really very much so in the middle of the night, though. Do I have anything I can do to... I forgot to put those down again. Ah, well, making everything take longer that way. I mean, at least we have options. We could spend some time making some decorative art, but we really don't need this right now. But though I do love the decorative art and these little statue figurines. I think they're cute. But now we'll process some rose hips, and we need to sit down and make some tea, but I'm kind of figuring we will do all of that when we are back in Pleasant Valley, because we'll be at that 6-burner stove that is in the community hall. Oops, did not mean to click that again. Yeah, we're still gonna have to pass a little bit of time. Watch it be another blizzard after all this. That would show me. Either way, hoping it's worth the pause. We'll just have the rest of this broth and a soda and then some more water. Now let's hope for the best. Yeah, this is much better. We're gonna go in guns blazing, so to speak. I mean, earlier we were really lucky because I didn't see, you know, like there's rabbits. Just trying to, it looks like, I was just trying to make sure I could see everything really well. Yeah, the deer are all still here. This is a really lucky time to be here, because usually there's some wolves and sometimes there's a moose over this way, which it's usually easy to get around the moose. Kind of would like to purposely push these deer in this direction Because if they see Boris, they will come running back this way. Which is possible Boris isn't there at the moment. And so far it doesn't look like he's there. Let's stop here and grab these. It's always nerve-wracking when I don't see Boris because I'm afraid he's like sleeping in here. But hey, you know, if we get mauled, we get mauled. I mean, I'd rather not. But you know, we just gotta roll with the punches. It doesn't seem like anything's here. I mean, aside from, you know, the usual bones and stuff that are here because this marks his cave. But I don't see Boris, so... And he shouldn't be this far, and if he is, that'd be a first. Sometimes there's two. Oh, there's the other one. I was thinking there was two flares, but I only saw one flare. Okay, so there was absolutely nothing to be concerned about there because nothing that was aggressive had spawned. Which was very lucky. No complaints though. Kind of helps keep the more relaxed vibe. I mean, that's really the worst spot in terms of these upper tiers. I mean, there's plenty of areas in the lower portion of this region that have a lot of aggressive stuff, but most of this is just walking across bridges in tight areas, but there's really nothing aggressive to go with it, within reason. There's just also really no cover. No, sort of. You know, if the weather turns bad, we've got a few places we can duck into, but not many. But it's all good. I mean, we're just gonna collect resources as we find them. And we'll get to the gold mine and get the backpack, and then we will make our way back to Timberwolf Mountain because we have a lot of stuff I like to get there before we make our way back to Pleasant Valley. I mean, we'll come back to these areas again because I'm thus far not doing like a very good job like thoroughly looting everything. But, you know, we don't have to completely skin every region we're in the moment we're there, at least not for this. I still love the creaking sound effect that they used with these bridges because it just makes it seem so rickety and you just expect them to break under your feet at any moment. It's a good choice. Just looking for more matches. Don't see any more. It's one of the great reasons of coming up here is because there's a lot of matches in these lower difficulties. We are doing good. If we're really lucky, I'm hoping we can just find the rifle variant that is here, like in a location where we're just gonna pass right by it. Which there's I think a third location that's not in our, where we're headed, so it might be one of those things that we'll find out later. But I really wouldn't complain about being able to just grab it on the way by, just because I like to collect the variants. I enjoy that. I like the fact there's a whole selection to choose from. I mean, I know they all have different bonuses and such, but I like to just collect different things. I'm one of those people that I love when games give you options to have different stuff and collectibles and whatnot. I'm a hoarder. I like to hoard things. It's just my gaming nature. There's no such thing as too many supplies. I love some of the views up here, and it's actually not foggy for once. So you can see quite a bit. It's not the best view there is, but oh, there's a bunch. Look at that. Yeah, but it's nice to have the views. We'll look at the other side once we're past this rickety bridge. I'm always afraid I'm gonna fall off. I like to just march on through it. Oh, floating matches. Lighter than air. Yeah, it's getting a little foggier, but you can still kind of see everything there. If we go this way, we can pick up a little more wood. We're carrying way too much, but it's okay. I mean, we really don't have that much more we're going to come in contact with at the moment. At least for this area in particular. I mean, the gold mine will have a few useful items, but it's not like there's loads and loads of useful things to be there. It's not like a plane crash or anything where there's like loads of loot to pick up. I'm still picking up these sticks. I don't really need them. Doing it anyway. I wanted those rose hips, but I hit the climb button instead. Oh well, it's okay. We didn't need them that much. But yeah, we are just doing our thing. Yeah, that's a nice view. Always gotta stop and admire the views. I feel like I missed something that was over here though. Hold on. No, I'm thinking of somewhere else. Sorry about that. Though, if I remember correctly, if we do this, yeah. Another climbing rope. Sometimes there's, I've found a wolfskin coat there once. I was hoping to be something better than another climbing rope, but it seems to be what I keep collecting here. And this is what I was thinking of, this little corner here, which sometimes there's a corpse with the gun, but no corpse, but yes, on rifle ammunition. collect as many rose hips as we can, because once we get to cooking level 3, if I remember correctly, I think it's 3, we can make rose hip pies. Pretty sure it's level 3. That might be the one that's slightly higher, but either way, we're going to be ready and prepared for when we are able to cook that stuff. At least we're almost there to the gold mine. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to place this rope, but we're not going to go down it. I just like to have them in place for the sake of it. But we're actually going to go down this way, because this slope that's down here is relatively safe. Oh, and there's another birch sapling anyway. This is this spot? Yeah. That or I just selected the wrong space, either way. Oh, there was an ankle. It's fine. It still uses less energy. Whoop, lost the other one. Alright, I'm gonna just go ahead and I mean, we've got loads of resources. We can be a little frivolous and cure this stuff quickly instead of dealing with it. So yeah, I mean, if you do that a little bit better than I did, generally you can get down there without too much hassle. It definitely uses a lot less energy than doing the rope does. This is way more, I really should be leaving some of this, but I'm not. With this slight snow, it's just kind of giving things much more blue. I don't know, probably because it's getting really foggy. Always do that. I always get stuck there. You gotta go around this way. By now, I would learn that. Instead, I get stuck. See? Here is the curator's rifle. This is probably my favorite one in terms of how it looks. Like, I love the engraving on it. So yeah, I don't know if it's too foggy to do this, but we'll try to mark it anyway. No, it's still okay. I mean, I figured it wasn't too bad because we can still see, but there's just that fine line of when low visibility kicks in. And on the bright side, at least we have made it to the gold mine. Of course, I'm saying that before we're actually in said gold mine, but I don't foresee any issues walking the few paces left to get there. We're getting a lot of flares too. There's quite a few flares at a lower difficulty around here. Probably because, like, especially on Stalker, there's several nests of wolves. There's like so many wolves in the lower areas. But at least we have made it to the gold mine. And then we got another book on harvesting, which is always there. To my knowledge, it's only ever that book. I can't recall a time where it's a different book. If you remember it, that there was a time there was a different book, let me know, because I always feel like it's always the harvesting one. I really realize now I should have taken my boots off before walking through that water, but it's okay. We were gonna stay in here for a little bit. I mean, it's still the middle of the day. It's okay. We can always spend a little bit of resources, make a fire, trying to make sure everything is good and dry, and then head out. But as foggy as it was getting, I just don't know, because where we're walking through is going to involve multiple wolves and generally a moose. A few more rifle cartridges. But here's what we're really here for. The backpack. And the crampons, which we are going to put those bad boys on right now. Yeah, as you see, I have completely messed up and oversaturated my shoes and my socks. So we are going to take charcoal again. And then I turned my light off. Okay, well, hang on. Doing everything the hard way.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Okay, at least we got the fire starter. We'll go ahead and we'll just tuck a couple holes in here to make this hotter. And actually, since we're doing, we might as well just go ahead and we'll make some water, and we'll cook up this can of pork and beans. Then we'll grab a torch and see what's over here. She really should be standing next to the fire to actually be drying our shoes out, but just wanted to check over here. And there's some combat pants and a few other odds and ends. Doesn't seem like there's a gold nugget unless it's tucked in somewhere where I'm not looking in the right area. Wait, we'll chuck the torch over there. We don't need it. We're just gonna hang out right here. And it shouldn't take too long to get that straightened out. We'll have some food. Let's go ahead and we'll have some peaches as well. Doesn't really matter. Go ahead and pass time a bit. We still got about 30 minutes for that, so we'll just go ahead and we'll process a little bit more of these, even though we don't really need to. And we're going to take the water and we'll use some of these since we picked some up. It's 1 liter, 2 liters. Let's see, and oh, we still have more time. Yeah, well, let's actually, since we have that, we'll just go ahead. Placing some cans is kind of funny, but we really don't need to take them with us anyway. And we'll make some teas. How are we doing with our levels? Cooking is getting there. Archery is getting there. We're doing decently. I mean, we've got books on quite a few subjects that we could work on. At least I definitely want to do the rest of these fire starting books because that helps. And then, you know, we have other ones as well. And I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to just hold off on heading back to Timberwolf Mountain until the next one. I mean, this was just kind of a short little one today, but it's just kind of how things are working out, and I think short and sweet is the way to go today. So we're gonna just do that, and then the next time we will worry about the rest of the journey, you know, getting there, you know, getting further along on this. So I want to thank everyone for joining me for this little segment into the gold mines, and we will continue this journey on in the next video. Take care of yourselves until then.